Okay, cool. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back. Today we're talking about the Ghost Recon Breakpoint Motherland update. Did this save the game? This update that came out on November 2nd had a lot of fans of this series very excited because it was promising to introduce a ton of gameplay and content that was going to make this game feel a lot more like a Wildlands 2, which is what everyone expected Breakpoint to be in the beginning. And if you played it at all prior to this, you know that that's not what it was. I had actually jumped into the Breakpoint free trial several months ago before I had a PS5, and that was the reason I didn't buy the game. Playing the trial made me realize I was not at all interested in playing this at that time, for a lot of reasons, but not the least of which was on the PS4, it didn't run very well. And a lot of things were happening a half second after you were trying to do them. Your sticks, the input lag was just bad. I mean, my guess is it was getting under 30 frames a second most of the time. It looked nice, but it did not feel good at all. Aside from the quality of the performance, the game also just did not resemble tactical Ghost Recon gameplay whatsoever. It felt very much like an arcade version of that, with drones in the sky that would consistently hamper your progress, robot tanks. It ended up feeling quite a bit more like a Ghost Recon version of The Division, with weapons, levels, and it wasn't what you wanted out of a Ghost Recon game. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Wildlands was a game that absolutely amazed me. Now, I had not really gotten into the Ghost Recon franchise a ton. I'd played Rainbow Six and Splinter Cell, but Ghost Recon was a relatively new experience for me. So a few years ago, I found Wildlands on the PS Store, either for free or for like around $5. In either event, it was either very cheap or it was free. And it absolutely blew my mind. It was a huge open world. It was a different kind of shooter experience that I'd ever had, especially from a third-person one, being that it was trying to go for more realism and more tactical-based gameplay. It was just a ton of fun, and I spent a lot of time on it, and even replayed it after I was done with it the first time. So Breakpoint gets released, and it doesn't resemble anything to Wildlands except for maybe in the look of it, but the gameplay totally different, way too arcade feeling. Luckily, this Motherland update really did do some really nice things for this game, and not the least of which is bringing back more tactical feel by simply, at the very least, simply making guns effective against enemies. You're not fighting robots all the time, which is fantastic. It just feels right in a lot of different ways. I'll also say, there's a lot of information to unpack in this game, via the lore or just how many things are in any menu at any given moment. So it can feel a little excessive at times, and the only thing I would say, if you're going to jump back into this, is don't do what I did, which was feel like I want to customize everything as soon as I know I've got something to customize, because I've found myself sometimes forgetting what the hell I was doing before I jump into some menu to try to change something, because inevitably I'd be there for 5 minutes, and but I'd come back and be like, wait a minute, what the hell was I doing? So, maybe that's just a thing I do because I'm kind of goofy, but something to keep in mind. There's just a lot of stuff going on. I think that if you enjoyed Wildlands like a lot of people did, you're going to like this game again. But I also would say that playing this solo is not nearly as fun as it is playing it co-op. Now, I played most of Wildlands by myself, but for whatever reason, the solo feel is not quite there, but the game mechanics and the functionality of the game is there again, and I'm excited to dive back into this. So let me know what you guys think about that, and I hope you enjoy this update, because it seems to be exactly what everybody wanted. Cheers.